Agencies always want to move fast, right? If you've been interacting with a staffing agency recruiter and you're wondering, hey, why do these people want me to move so fast? Like, why do they need things right now? Why do they want me to adjust my resume right now? Why do they need to speak to me right now? If we're talking about staffing agency recruiters, and especially if it's a staffing agency recruiter working on for example, contract positions, the turnaround time is very quick. Like, the recruiter basically gets on the phone with the right candidates as soon as possible and submits, the contractors or the consultants as soon as possible, within even 2 or 3 hours. And I'm speaking from experience as a recruiter, right? I worked in the contract division at staffing agencies, where again the turnaround time is very quick, right? The client, the employer, they want people as soon as possible to get started on the contract, to get into the interview process and get them started as soon as possible. All right. So usually, let's say I'm recruiting on a position for a contractor position, my manager or my team might expect me to present 4 or 5 people within 2 or 3 hours, right? So if you're getting these messages, you're responding, whenever you feel like it, or you're like, okay, yeah, let me get to this, later in the afternoon or later in the evening, or let me get back to this after I closely do some research on the job description and stuff like that. Hey, chances are, folks, by the time you're getting back, if it's a few hours later, and especially if it's a contract position, chances are they've already presented and found the people that they need for the role. So again, yes, I know this is not fair. Yeah, I know that, you have your own life, you have your own things to deal with. Maybe you're in the middle of something else, but this is the reality of the situation, right? So this is where speed comes into play, especially if it's staffing agencies, because most staffing agencies, they work on a contingency basis. They do not get paid from the client upfront. They get paid for the results. So they want to get you in front of their client as soon as possible. Their clients are not working with them exclusively. It's not an exclusive relationship. Their client or their employer is using multiple staffing agencies. So what happens then is the staffing agency kind of has to force themselves to move extremely quick on presenting top people to their client. Why? Because if not, some other agency is gonna find you or reach out to you or connect with you maybe, and then get you in front of the client instead of them. And then what? Then what happens? The agency, the original staffing agency, they're not gonna get any credit for presenting you. This is where my suggestion to you folks is, if you got your smartphone, you've disabled your LinkedIn alerts and stuff like that, enable them, enable the alerts, especially when you get messages, right? I know it can be annoying. Maybe you're getting a lot of messages and stuff like that, but at least for now, while you're actively job searching, activate your notifications for LinkedIn messages or even for your emails. So you get the message, and as soon as possible, you can quickly review the job description or quickly get on a phone call with the recruiter and get yourself in front of their client as soon as possible, right? Speed definitely makes a difference, folks.